shoulder sequence to hopefully open up your shoulders and strengthen them a little bit at the same time. So if we just come to start, we're going to come into your box position at first, finding a nice stable box for your body, making sure your wrists are directly below your shoulders and your knees are directly below your hips. And we're just going to move around, swaying side to side, just finding a little bit of movement. And next we're just going to take the left hand up in front of you and then turning it around behind us, taking the palm, scooping it underneath and taking it back round again, as if we're doing a little backstroke. Taking time to explore how much space you have in the shoulder joint, making the movement a little bit bigger if it feels nice, really exaggerating the movement. And then slowly bring the hand back round the other way, doing your front crawl, making it as big as possible. Taking it to the other side, lifting your right arm, taking it to backstroke. Really opening up the shoulder. And then again taking it round the other side, back into front crawl. Keeping your arms and legs that are on the ground as still as possible. Keeping the rested arm on the ground as straight as possible. So all the movement is just coming from your shoulder. Slowly come to rest. And then we're going to take a few moments just to find your cat-cow, moving through the whole of your spine. Then come up into rainbow shape. Tucking in your chin. Slowly reversing it around the other way. Taking the belly, chest, down towards the mat and taking your gaze forward. Reversing it, finding your cat stretch or a rainbow, whatever you want to call it. Just taking it at your own pace, no need to rush it, creating a lot more space in your spine. Just a few more. And then we're just going to come to stillness. I'm just going to thread the needle, threading your right arm underneath your left armpit, palm facing up, and just maybe resting your head or the side of your face on the floor, creating a nice little stretch in the upper back area. If you want to intensify the stretch, just bring left arm back towards your right elbow a little bit more and just push into that left hand very gently. Slowly inhale, bring it back, finding your box position again and take it to the other side. Threading your left hand underneath your right armpit, palm facing up, resting your head on the floor. And then again, either bringing back that hand, pressing into the floor, or just resting where it wants to go. So press into your right hand, coming back into your box position, And then finding your hands underneath your shoulders again. Knees and hips nice and stable. We're just going to do a few chest dips, isolating the movements in your shoulder joint. So making sure you keep your arms nice and straight, your spine nice and straight as well. So put in your belly button slightly, just to help you keep that spine nice and long. I'm going to slowly dip our chest down towards the ground, keeping our arms nice and straight. Looking down towards the mat, slowly pressing, bringing the upper spine up and out towards the ceiling. Release it back down. And taking it back up again. Doing that 3 or 4 times, just learning to experience how it feels for your shoulders and your shoulder blades. So as you push into the ground, bringing your spine back up, your shoulder blades should be spreading wider. And as you dip forwards down into the mat, your shoulder blades are coming closer into the midline of your spine. Last one. And slowly, we're going to release off our hands, slowly bring our feet towards the top of the mat. I'm just going to do a quick sun salutation, just to move through the body as we prepare our body to do a little bit more work. So when you're ready, we're going to have our feet hip distance apart, just lifting the toes, releasing them down onto the ground, and then lifting our heels up and placing them back down on the ground again. Having a wobble side to side, just seeing how your body feels, finding evenness in both sides of our feet. And inhale your arms up, exhale, bend at the knees, forward fold. Inhale, find a half lift, nice flat back, press into the balls of your feet. Exhale, bend at the knees, hands down, step your right and then left foot back into your high plank. Lower your knees, chest and hips all the way down, looking forwards. And then flattening your whole body, lengthening. Going to inhale, press into your hands, squeeze your bottom, lengthen through the spine, look forwards. Exhale, press into your hands, come onto your knees. And then have your feet together, knees wide, and then finding your child's pose. Resting here for a few breaths, maybe playing with your child's pose, just seeing what feels good for you. Maybe rocking side to side feels nice. Or maybe even pressing more into your hands so that you can feel your entire spine lengthening a little bit more and the tailbone pressing down further into your heels. When you're ready, you're going to press into your hands, lift your bottom, finding a downward dog, your inverted V. Taking a few moments just to step side to side, maybe pedaling the feet or keeping both knees bent. Just find what feels nice for you. Making sure you're distributing your weight nice and evenly between both sides of your body and between your hands and your feet. We're going to slowly walk forwards with our feet. Inhaling, coming forwards. Exhale, drop your head, finding your forward fold again. Lots of knee bend if you need it. We're going to inhale your arms up, reaching up high. Exhale the hands back down towards your chest. And then we're just going to find your warrior one, having your hands on your hips, feet about hip distance wide. I'm going to step your left foot back, setting up for your warrior one. Both hips facing forwards, feeling nice and light in your hips today. Making sure your left leg is nice and strong. And then we're just going to inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Take your arms back. Inhale it back up. Exhale, fold forward. Take your arms back. One more. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale and then drawing your left foot back into front of your mat. And then exhale, step back with your right foot, finding your warrior one on this side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach. Exhale, step back with your right foot into the top of your mat. And just release your hands, have a little walk around. This time I'm going to grab hold of a tissue box or a block. And I'm just going to do some more shoulder work. So you might have to stand or sit down to do this. It's totally up to you. So we're going to slowly take this block up above our heads. And then we're just going to press everything upwards, reaching high with the block. And then exhale, releasing the block back down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale it down. So you should just be feeling a movement of your shoulders growing up and then down. Everything else stays still. Just a couple more. And then this time we're going to have the block in front of us. And then again, we're going to push the block away and bring it back so our shoulders come back. Push the block away, shoulders go forward, and bring it back. I'm going to inhale to push it forwards, exhale it back. So all the movement is just coming from the shoulder joint. Just doing that 3 or 4 times. And one last one. Just gently release that off. Next we're going to do some work on the floor. Just bring your body down onto the mat. You're going to need your belt and your tissue box or your block handy. So making sure that your whole body is nice and long. We're going to aim to keep our legs and feet on the ground. So we might need to have to squeeze your bottom slightly and pull your belly button in. So that helps stabilise your lower body and protect your lower back. We're going to have our forehead resting on the mat, arms out long, and then just holding the block however you find it comfortable. Arms nice and long, squeezing your bottom, drawing your belly button in. Going to inhale, lift your block, keeping the elbows on the ground, head on the ground. And just bringing the block behind our head. Exhale, take it forwards. Inhale, lift, touching the back of the head. Exhale, release it back down. This time we're going to do a little bit more work. So as well as lifting the block to touch the back of our heads, we're going to lift our head and maybe our chest off the ground as well. So we're going to inhale, block onto the back, lift your chest. Exhale, release it all down. Nice and controlled. And inhale, block up, lift, exhale, release. Inhale, lift, exhale, release. And just move side to side on your hips, gently releasing off any tension. And then we're just going to remove the block out of the way and just grab a belt, any kind of belt or piece of rope if you've got it handy. And you're going to think about having the belt about a little bit wider than your shoulders today. And then just holding the belt as if you're trying to rip the belt apart. Again, we're going to rest our forehead on the ground, ramping up the tension in our lower body to stabilise our lower back and our spine. Stabilising our back, squeezing our bottom, head down, pulling the belt away. Going to inhale, lift the belt. Exhale, release the belt. Back down. Going to inhale, lift. Exhale, release. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hold it here for a few breaths. And gently release. Exhale. Gently release any tension that you might be feeling, moving side to side. Letting go of the belt. And then we're going to repeat that exercise, pulling the belt apart again. But this time we're going to lift our head and our chest off the mat. So we're going to squeeze our bottom again, pull our belly button in. Going to inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Going to inhale, lift. Exhale, release. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And just soften your arms, release the belt, bringing the hands back down. And just resting maybe a cheek on the mat. And just having a few breaths here just to soften through our shoulders and our upper arms. Maybe turning to the other cheek. And when you're ready, we're going to come back onto our sides. And finding a low side plank. So we're going to have a bend in our knees, feet behind us, and then having the knees, hips and shoulders stacked, and making sure that our shoulders nice and safe, so our elbows a little bit further away from the plumb line that our shoulder would have made if we had a plumb line there. Hands down on the ground, just checking our alignment again. I'm going to press into the feet, knees, hands and elbow, lift. Maybe taking your hand up. Just staying here for a few breaths. And just seeing how that feels. Building strength into the shoulder. Gently release. If you want to take it up a little bit more, then maybe straighten out your legs or stay with the previous level. So if you're having both legs out straight, the top leg, the top foot is in front of your bottom foot. I'm going to inhale, lift, arm up, palm facing the front. A few more breaths here. If you're feeling a little bit of tension in the neck, just look down towards your elbow. Gently release back down. Take it to the other side. Taking time to set it up, having a bend in your knees, feet behind you, making sure your shoulders nice and safe. Knees, hips and shoulders stacked. When you're ready, Inhale, pressing to the knees and feet and hands and elbow, lift. Think about keeping the length in the spine. So you're not making a rainbow shape, just keeping it nice and straight. A few more breaths here. Taking your gaze down, if that helps your neck. Just gently release it back down onto the ground. If you want to stay at that level, then please do. If not, straighten out your legs. Taking the next level, taking the top foot forwards and the bottom from back a bit. Pressing into the blades of your feet. Going to come up again. Going to inhale, lift. Taking your gaze up towards the hand if it feels good. Just keeping the gaze down onto your elbow if it's better for your neck again. Keep breathing here. And gently release it back down. And then just going to find your position for child's pose. Just let all that tension melt away. Have your knees wide, toes together. Gently slide away with your hands, dropping your head. And just finding yourself a few moments here to find softness in the body again. If it feels nice and better for your shoulders, just draw the hands back down beside you, down towards your heels, and then turning the palms up towards the ceiling. So there's no weight in your shoulders at all. Just a few more breaths. And just gently come back up. And then if you like, you might like to lie back down for your Shavasana. Or just finding a little general stretch for your body. So that was your little short shoulder sequence.